Okay, so do we get an understanding? Okay.
I don't understand.
Why you want to get your witness up there?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Now, Cindy's practiced a lot. She knows what to say. She hasn't been on the stand, but she's been up here a lot, and she's worked with me a lot. I don't think they're going to be able to rile her. But they're going to try. They'll get insultive. Whenever he says something, if you don't object, you can't object later. Does everybody understand that?
Yes.
No.
So, that's it. If it's not objected to,
said you had to stay.
okay. We're not in court. I'm explaining something. The judge will constantly go, overruled, goes to the weight. What that means is the judge is overruling the objection, and it will go to the weight of his decision. It might weigh heavy on his decision. It might weigh light on his decision. But he will just say, overruled goes the weight. Overruled goes the weight. But when he asks, you watch. When you ask a question, he'll object. When he asks a question, you better friggin' object right then. If you don't have anything, say, relevancy, or relevance, or say, facts not in evidence. But every time he asks another question, you object right then, even if you don't think of one.
Okay.
Just say relevance. And the judge will go, oh shit, he knows to object.
Yeah. I mean, and when we went to Bill McCaffrey's, Levine was doing that every time.
Every time.
Charles, who was McCaffrey's attorney, said something. Levine was right. I object. Relevance.
Yes.
Every time, and then Charles was back down. I mean, he didn't really stand up until the last 30 minutes of that hearing.
When the other party says something, you say object right then. You don't wait. You don't let him get it out. He says it, you object. Because if you don't, then that's it. That's accepted.
Okay, I'm confused. Because now you say, as soon as they start talking, object. Now, I also heard you tell Jay.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Let him finish
that
saying
came out
what he
wrong.
says.
But don't let her answer without your objection. You do something. Say something.
Ms. Cantrell, you say that you work for these advocacy groups. Is that a paid position? Or
Objection, Your Honor. Relevance here. Facts not in evidence.
Goes to the weight.
I'll answer the question.
No, but I don't want to do that. Okay.
Again, Ms. Cantrell, you referred to in your testimony here to the Horner document, Mr. Horner's document, or Mr. Horner's examination of the loan. Is that correct?
No.
Right then, damn it! Don't wait.
Objection, Your Honor. This has nothing to do with her affidavit.
No, that isn't a friggin' objection. Objection relevance.
Okay.
Just throw something out there.
Okay.
Okay, guys, stop it. When he finishes talking, before you don't answer, you give him time to object. You don't look at him to say object. You better have your job and do it right. When he finishes talking, you say object. If you can't think of a good reason, say relevance. Judge will overruled. Overruled goes to the weight. Sustained. I don't give a I don't care. He says something. When he finishes, before she talks, you say objection. If you can't think of a good one, say relevance. Okay. Understand. You've got that.
Got it.
We're going to do it again, and you're going to get it right.
Okay.
Go ahead.
But facts aren't in evidence. He used the word long. Just so you know.
There you go.
He used the word long.
Ms. Cantrell, in your statement, you mentioned a examination by a gentleman by the name of Mr. Horner. That you reviewed his examination and you came upon certain conclusions based upon that examination.
Objection, Your Honor. Relevance here.
Overruled goes the weight.
And
I'm going to do it again.
So I ask you, Ms. Cantrell, if Mr. Horner's, if you base your opinion on Mr. Horner's examination, however, I failed to see in the evidence that was submitted to the court here or in the exhibits any affidavit by Mr. Horner saying that his examination was true and correct.
Objection, Your Honor. Relevance here.
Yeah, because you couldn't think of one. I had plenty of objections to that. First of all, She didn't say that. She said she agreed with part of it that she verified. So you should have done that. But at least you got that out. Now, if he says overruled, goes to the way, then you got to answer it. If he says sustained, then you just be quiet. Unless you think that you answering it can kick his ass. And I would rather have you make that decision than him. So even if it's sustained, if you can kick his ass, kick his ass.
I'll answer the question, Your Honor.
Would you like me to repeat it, Ms. Cantrell?
If I understand you correctly, you're asking me whether or not my report was based on Charles Horner's examination dated whatever, and that if I based my affidavit on findings and conclusions in his report, and that is incorrect. I reviewed his report. There are the portion that I described for you, pages 6 through 9, and the foreclosure examination that I reviewed, that part only. I read the whole thing, but I reviewed that specifically, and I do agree with the verbiage that he put into his report regarding Mr. Levine's property. But I don't, there was no affidavit from Horner. I don't need an affidavit from Horner. I did my own research. Yes, I read his report, and I do agree and concur with his findings and conclusions from page 6 through 9 regarding the foreclosure documents.
Thank you for that clarification.
Okay.
That's about all I could say.
Okay, just throw out a couple of things so we can
Ask me
object
how
and get
many
this over.
real estate transactions I've been involved in this year, please. Ask me that.
All right. Ms. Cantrell, in your involvement in the real estate business, how many real estate transactions, i.e. selling or purchasing a home or acting as an
Objection,
agent,
Your Honor.
Let him
Relevance.
finish.
have you been involved in this year alone?
Objection, Your Honor. This is relevance. He's badgering my witness.
Overruled goes the way. No, you know what? I'm going to sustain that. It really doesn't matter how many real estate transactions. She's not up here as a real estate agent. So I will sustain that objection.
Let me rephrase it then, if I may.
No.
Your
well,
Honor, I would like to answer that question, if I may.
Okay. I'll allow it.
Quite frankly, I have chosen not to partake in the fraudulent schemes that have been going on in the banking industry by helping and assisting the banks in unloading stolen property. Therefore, I have chosen not to do any real estate transactions until the time comes when I find that the real estate industry is an industry that I can be proud to be a part of once again.
Okay.
You sure you want to ask more questions?
Yes, I do.
Okay, go
Well, and the
ahead.
fact that you've just, you do these examinations, I guess I'm trying to figure out how do you make a living if you're no longer.
Objection,
in
Your
business?
Honor. This has nothing to do with her expert testimony.
Overruled goes the way, but I'll allow it. They do have the right to discover exactly why she's involved in this, so I will allow it. Go ahead.
Where do you how much money do you make from doing these abstracts?
Jay, he
You
just
said
asked
you
another
allowed it.
question. No, he asked right then, now.
Okay, objection, Your Honor. Relevance here. It's none of his business how much he earns from
Overruled.
this.
It'll go to the way. I'll allow it without having discuss actual income generated from her business.
John? Good. Objection relevance. We've already determined the level of her expertise that has been decided on and for the record. Why do we continue to question her expertise?
You're gonna give it a long time. He's gonna have to say badgering the witness a few times before he's gonna be able to shut it down, and it's a hard thing to do because he has the right to try and break that witness. He really does, and I need her to be ready for it.
Yeah.
But she can deal with me. You think a fucking judge compares to me? Think about it.
John, the example of that was the people who did go to the McCaffrey. That Levine, he really hammered not only McCaffrey, but I forget the gentleman from California who was the expert witness for. I mean, he went back 5 or 6 times, actually pounding on this. Is that not your signature on there? He was really badgering him, and he told him, no, that's not my signature.
Okay, here's something. As soon as the lawyers start that, say, Your Honor, that man is becoming dangerously upset, and he's threatening, and he's violent, and I want him removed from this court before he does something dangerous. If you see any lawyer getting like this, you pull that on him, because that will shut them down, because if the bailiff will take him away.
Levine won't. He's real cool.
What?
Levine?
Okay, but
They're
I
talking about
understand.
That's who we're talking about. He wasn't real cool that day.
Yeah, I've
He
seen
was
him do
upset.
it. But that's not the point. I need these people ready for all kinds of people. And Levine does go off the hammer. Levine's getting ready to lose his bar card. So he's getting pretty fucking rambunctious. But the point is, on your end of it, okay, whether you're sitting there as plaintiff or whether you're in the witness stand, you get some lawyer doing this, say, Your Honor, I am scared. This man is getting emotional. He is becoming dangerous. He is becoming irate. Can you please have him sit down and control himself before he does something and hurts somebody? And that means the bailiff's got to go right there. And the judge will put the bailiff there. And that will freeze him. That'll lock his friggin' heels. Okay?
I've lost
Yes.
right
No,
now.
I was actually going. I got Your Honor. I am scared. The defendant is becoming dangerously upset
And irate. Yes.
and irate.
Yes.
Before he goes postal,
Before he goes judicial.
But see, you bring it up. You bring it up. Because now if he does this one more, you can say, Your Honor, I am scared. And if you're scared in court, everything stops and he's out of here.
Really?
Oh, hell yeah. Why do you think there's a bailiff always in court? I'm the guy that wired the judges' benches in that courthouse. I know it. They've all got a panic button now. I used to work for the company that did it. Every judge's bench in there, I put the panic button in.
But they want you scared when you walk in there.
But they don't want you to
we're
sit
backwards on this. I'm talking, okay? When he starts that shit, you put an end to it or you put an end to it. Because once you say you're scared and it looks like this guy may lose his cool, he's either sitting down and mellowing out, which now you've destroyed his whole practice, or he's out of here. Yeah.
He's becoming dangerously irate. How do you finish it?
He's dangerously irate and I'm scared. I'm scared for my safety, Your Honor. Can you please have him sit down and take control of his emotions?
Yeah.
Okay?
Take control of his emotions.
And I'll tell you what, there's a bailiff in there just for that. If you think that these judges are running a little bit nervous, I've been doing this for so long, I've seen one judge outside of a courtroom this year, and that was McMurdy. And when our eyes met, he was, see, they changed clothes and everything and changed their hair and put on glasses because they don't want anybody to see him outside the courtroom. And, you know, I obviously recognize him, and we looking at each other, and I'm like, holy shit. He's outside of the courtroom. And he was probably thinking, holy shit, I'm outside of the courtroom.
One more time, John. I'm scared for my safety, and what was the rest of it?
I want him to sit down and gain control of his emotions.
Thank you.
You know
Okay,
they have
how
to
about-
be scared to go anywhere.
Oh, sure
Can
they
you
are.
please make him calm down or remove him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's scary.
Because at that time the attorney knows he's losing right. I mean, he's
And-
panicking. He's
Well,
scared.
some of it's practice.
And some of it's a little
Just
practice.
like me being an asshole right now because I know it works.
Yeah.
The thing being under Arizona law, it's not what they're doing that counts. It's how you perceive it.
Right.
And if you say that you're scared, it's over with for him. Okay. So,
Oh.
The question was, how much money do I make, right?
yeah.
Something to that effect.
Yes, I mean, about how much money? This is your sole income?
Objection, Your Honor. Her income has nothing to do with this case.
Okay, I will overrule. It goes the way. I'll allow it. Hold on. Stephen, yeah.
Can he say something like, I'm sure she makes a lot less than you do?
It's irrelevant.
Nah, because that's. You don't know that.
I like the attitude.
Yeah.
We see Steve in action. We know.
He's getting feisty.
Yes, sir. The quiet has awoken.
See, there's nothing but a win in court. It really picks up your.
Oh, yeah. Stephen kicked their ass, guys.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Stephen, why did you kick their ass?
Practice.
You practice.
You've been practicing.
I was just going to tell Jay that, like, what I've been doing, like, leading up to this thing, well, I've always talked to myself at home. But I was talking to myself about this stuff. That's what I was doing. Just scenarios.